Art is not always about creating something beautiful. It can be a substitute for expressing words that just won't come out. It can be a haven for people who struggle to express themselves emotionally. Today on Daily Reset, we have our esteemed guest, Dana Alhaj Ali, who is going to talk to us about how we can express our deep emotions into artistic works. I'm your host Abdulaziz Ismail, and we're going to talk more on the matter once we return after this break. Stay tuned. Welcome back, dear viewers. We are about to start our conversation with our esteemed guest, Dana Alhaj Ali, an artist who has taught people how to express their deep emotions into works of art. Welcome to the show, Dana.
Thank you.
Now, it is definitely a refreshing topic to talk to you about because, emotions is kind of a sensitive topic. Some people shy away from it. They might even struggle in talking about their own emotions. So it seems like you've created, or you just went on the path of expressing emotions on works of art, correct?
Yes, that's right. So let's just say that emotions are energy in motions.
Okay.
And people tend to, just as you said, they tend to ignore it or just acknowledge it. And once we just name it or we acknowledge it, tends to have different expressions. Some people goes with athletes or just go with movements, and some goes with art. And I'm here today, of course, we're happy to talk more about how we can express these emotions into art.
For sure, definitely, yes. It is definitely the end result of channeling, let's say, emotions in general. I don't want to specify whether it's negative or positive,
Yes.
into something that can be beautiful. Your words that you cannot pronounce or you cannot even talk about, you express them and channel them into your canvas. Or as you have said, if you're an athlete or if you have any other passions, you channel it into those. Now, I am intrigued. When was the first time that you thought to yourself, oh, I expressed my emotions on the canvas? When was that moment? Can you talk to me about it?
It was a moment just 5 years ago. I was
Okay.
just going to an art studio to learn just the techniques of acrylic art. When this learning experience was all about purging my emotion into a canvas. It was a moment of when just I finished that canvas, I was like, so yeah, that's what I was feeling. It was
Right.
just this. And everyone else who just checked the canvas after I finished the art, and they were like, so yeah, this is what. So it was just a whole moment for me
Right.
and for everyone around there.
Yeah, definitely. And just to kind of state the obvious here, how did you feel when you finished the first canvas that was the end result of your emotions and the emotions that you couldn't express or you didn't know that you had at that moment?
It was always a relief. I just feel with freedom and lighter, and regardless of what other feelings that comes afterwards, just even digesting whatever I've been going through, but just letting it all out always feels lighter.
You felt much lighter. It was like a stone on your heart that you just lifted, right?
Sometimes it goes like that,
Okay.
and sometimes I just acknowledge that there's still that heaviness there. But naming these things out help you just to go into the process of things, and that's
Okay.
where the healing starts.
Great. That's a great setting stone to understand the process that you're working on. Now, it raises the question, would you say that expressing your emotions on art, has it ever helped you solve a certain problem? Now, I'm not talking just emotionally, but it was just like the first step into understanding a certain situation that you were going through.
It helps me in a way or another. It just helps me to unwind the thing that I've been going through at the moment. So it might not give me the solution right away, but it can give me like a next step or a next thing that I have to go and think through so I can get in whatever that I've been going through right now.
Okay. It almost seems like thinking outside the box in terms of problem solving. There's a bit of a two sides to this coin. There's some emotional expressions and there's problem solving through emotional expression on the canvas. That's how I'm imagining this situation. Now, in terms of drawing, it seems like it's the perfect method based on your expertise. Would you recommend it for everybody to express their emotions on the canvas?
Definitely, it's not just about drawing. You can always choose whatever medium that calls for your heart. So drawing is one of the things, whether it's through markers, through colors, through oil pastels, or whatever medium it is. Just start small and have that paper and that scribbles on the paper, and let's see where these leads you to.
Absolutely. Now, in terms of understanding the emotions that I have, you said that art is a way to help you understand and recognize those emotions. You know, we did talk about this briefly, but if you were to kind of elaborate more and dissect this a little bit more, how would you say that it helps any individual out there to express or recognize their emotions? How does that work if you were to kind of paint a picture with your words?
So let's just say it doesn't have to be named just right at the beginning, like having no expectation, just you and the canvas in front of you, and just let whatever that feels heavy goes onto the canvas, whether through the colors again, through threads, through whatever medium it is. And through that process, you start getting and understanding the things that goes on. I just can't remember my first time I held the brush and I had my colors, even the colors that I chose at the time were the colors that presents me in the terms of the shades and the lights. And then while expressing through the knives and each movement that got out, I was just going without any thinking. And when I was expressing all these on the canvas, it ended into a beautiful sunset canvas. And it made me feel calm at the end, and that it's okay to feel that. It's okay to be a human and just understand what's going on with us through life.
When you started that drawing specifically, did you have in mind that you wanted to draw the sunset?
Yes,
okay.
But I did not program myself that I want to finish it in the same way that I had the inspo on. Gotcha. And this is where the process comes in, that you don't want to just be tied or having any judgments into finishing into a perfect way. Art is not perfect, and we are not perfect human beings. So just trusting the process and just leaving the colors, the mediums, the brush strokes lead you through the way, it will end into a beautiful thing in the end of the drawing and doing it.
Absolutely. Now you're saying that art is not necessarily perfect. We don't have to be perfect with it. Did you have in mind that it had to look good when you were doing that painting specifically?
Yeah, I was one of those people who were programmed, and I had to unlearn this through the learning of art, because it doesn't matter the end results at the end. The result will come out beautifully once you be just vulnerable and just raw there and letting go of any expectations and just enjoying the process of it. This is where the beautiful journey it comes.
Now, I imagine that you went through some sort of emotional roller coaster while doing that sunset painting. Now, it started off as a sunset, you had that in mind, but the end results was not necessarily perfect, correct?
Yes.
It's not necessarily, oh, I gotta get this to a T, it has to be perfect in terms of every line and every corner. Now, did it change from something so simple as a sunset and then it became more of a sophisticated sunset?
Actually, it did not become unsophisticated at all. It became just what looks like me at the moment.
Gotcha.
So even the colors, like the inspo had a really lighter pastel colors, mine went deeper, and it was all about knives. The original inspo was brushes and blending more. So it turned into a really different thing, but that painting has always reminded me of something beautiful that came out on it. So I'm just proud of what end result it has been on.
It is definitely an interesting activity to express your emotions on the canvas. I want to dive deeper and dig more into the matter, but we're going to have to take a small break and then we'll continue right afterwards.
Sure.
Dear viewers, don't change the channel just yet. We're going to take a small break, and then once we come back, we'll talk more on the matter and dissect it even further. Stay tuned. Welcome back, dear viewers. We are back once more with our guest, the artist Dana Alhaj Ali, who is going to talk to us more in regards to expressing our emotions on the canvas and creating works of art that express our emotions. Welcome back, Dana.
Thank you.
Now, before we went on the break, we established how you utilized art as a mechanism for expressing those deep emotions or for realizing what kind of problems, emotional problems that you had at the moment.
True.
Absolutely. Now, for a lot of people, it raises the question, why is it when I do something artistic, if we were to use it as an umbrella terminology, not specifically painting, but just art in general, or when I'm doing anything that's repetitive and creative, why does it feel so calming and grounding?
So when it comes to anything that's under the background of art, like I just you said, it goes back to if we're going into a repetitive movement, it's like just the mind calms down and not just go overthinking about the past or about the future. So it just goes into a repetitive movement, which makes them go calmer. And it's kind of let the people goes into meditative state. And that meditative state is addictive, honestly.
Okay.
So this is where the people likes to enjoy it and they keep coming back for it.
So it is kind of like you disconnect from your problems and your issues. Am I understanding you correctly?
It can be a disconnection from the outer world, but you're actually going into inner world, because now you're not thinking about anything else except for the present moment. It's just now. So you are hearing yourself louder.
Okay, that makes sense. It sounds like a resetting moment, so to speak. You're in that zone, you're just doing your painting or whatever artistic behavior that you're enjoying, and everything's just calming down in that ocean of thoughts in your mind, or even the ocean of your emotions.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I mean, to kind of talk from a personal experience, I do recall actually feeling that way whenever I was like drawing as a kid, or even just doing anything that required some creative sense that was in a way repetitive. It definitely well, for my own terminology, disconnected me from whatever was going on and helped me actually recollect.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, in terms of the outcome of our drawings, would you say that it is safe to say, in regards to our issues, whether it's a really horrific issue or if it's just something simple, does the outcome have to reflect the issue itself?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It might make you understand better at the moment, or it might reflect on something later on. You would make sense of it right now. This is where we say enjoy the journey instead of just looking forward into the result. So this is where it goes around it.
Okay, so just don't worry about the end result. Just get on the paper, pick up your pencil or your brush, whatever equipment you're comfortable with, and just go to town.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Now, in terms, at the risk of sounding repetitive here, but the emotional, the emotional dumping, so to speak, you're just dumping your emotions onto the paper. Why is it that drawing is always the #1 activity for dumping those emotions?
Let's just call it purging instead of dumping emotions.
Okay, that's a better terminology, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So I think it's just because the mind goes into thinking of what I'm going to do with my hands.
Okay.
You're moving something in your body. So instead of just having the thoughts louder, you're just going and moving the energy into your hands and translate it into the colors, into the textures. And this is where the process goes. And you enjoy the art itself when it comes to doing whatever the art form we're doing at the moment, whether it's textured art, something 3D, whether it's even punch needling, like using threads, whatever it is, it's just the movement itself that makes us go calmer and just enjoy the creativity of the moment.
Absolutely. Now, a lot of terms are connected to the subject, purging and just clearing your mind and organizing your thoughts. Would you say that this activity of being creative, whether it's painting, whether it's punching needles, as you mentioned, would you say that it's a pressureless activity in a position to whatever pressure you're receiving from your issues?
So let's just say it depends what pressure are we putting on. Pressure, it means that we're having a judgment, like we're having a certain expectation we're looking forward to while doing the art. This is where it comes to the practice to let go of these judgments and let go of the expectations. So once we let go and we unlearn this, and this is not easy, even me, I've fallen into this a couple of times. So I had to learn, or actually let's just say unlearn, of having the judgments and expectations, and then just baby steps, 1% at a day, 1% at a time. We learn just to go with it and just go with the flow. And then by the end result, you never know, because we're not having any expectations at the end.
Yes.
So whatever comes out, you just accept it beautifully.
Okay, so it's not really for the sake of creating something beautiful. It's more of for the sake of, as you mentioned before, purging.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely teaches a lot of lessons in terms of what is expected from you in real life, and at this moment that you're purging, what do you need to not expect?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because we're all in the hustle of the life. We have our all stress, family, work, whatever that's going on in life. So just unlearning and releasing all that when the moment when you are just between you and the canvas in front of you just helps you to wind down and go into the calm state and meditative state, just what we were saying before.
Now, we've established a lot of what this expressive art is. We've talked a lot about it. Now, I want to kind of get into the practical approach of things. If you were to give advice to somebody who wants to try just drawing to purge, once again, would you say that they should have a drawing in mind, or they just should pick up the paper, pick up the canvas, the brush or the pencil or whatever equipment that they're comfortable with, and just draw aimlessly?
So I would just give this one exercise that's easy and anyone can just start with it. And of course, they can always go back to the Instagram and just get any inspos from other artists as well. Just grab a pen, a marker, whatever color that resonates with you. Close your eyes and have the paper in front of you and just go doodling around whatever lines it is. And just once you're done, close that loop and see whatever that connected the shapes has been organic coming. And then start coloring them with whatever colors you have inside. And by the end, just see what kind of reflections that it comes out from it. It might look like an animal or like a word or whatever thing that resonates with you.
That's so funny. I used to do that back in high school. Hopefully my teachers are not watching today.
Yeah, it's so easy and applicable.
Yeah, definitely. It did have that soothing effect, to be honest with you. It's kind of like I'm just going to put my pen or my pencil, my brush on the paper, and I'm just going to move my hand.
Exactly.
And at the end, I want to close that. That's so funny because I always thought to myself, oh, I got to close it at the end. I can't leave it open like that.
You can eventually leave it open.
Well, that was just my own quirk.
You can, because we have no judgments, no rules in art. So you can leave it open or you can leave it closed. You can just, after closing it, make the lines thicker, lighter. You can just color over it. Do it, be fun. Just let the inner child goes out and enjoy its time.
Definitely. Would you say that each person has a suitable tool for them to create their art, or is it just whatever in terms of just starting to do it?
Each artist have their own favorite colors and their own favorite tool, but that doesn't mean that we can't enjoy the other tools as well and the other colors as well.
Absolutely. Definitely eye-opening and a great way for somebody who's overwhelmed with their emotions and the pressures of life to purge those pressures and emotions.
Yes.
Now we're going to take a small break, but once we come back, we want to get more into the practical approach of this purging.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Dear viewers, stay tuned. We're going to take a small break, and then once we return, we'll get more practical advice from our esteemed guest. Stay tuned. Welcome back, dear viewers. We are back once more with our guest, Dana Alhaj Ali, who we are going to ask about practical approach in terms of purging our emotions and the pressures of life onto the canvas. Welcome back again, Dana.
Thank you.
Now, we're talking about art here specifically. A lot of drawing going on, a lot of talk about drawing. Some people who are listening to us or watching us today might think to themselves, well, I'm not creative. I don't know how to draw. I don't have that creativity in me. Do they have to have a sense of creativity, or is it just no?
Let's just say creativity is just a muscle. Just like when you go to the gym and you train your body a specific muscle, creativity is the same thing. We are all creative, except that some of us have never been training that muscle well, and the other ones have been thinking outside of the box. So just don't overthink it. Just start little, start simple, and with that, 1 by 1, 1% at a day, and you'll have that creativity muscle growing.
So practice makes perfect.
Makes good, of course.
Good. Okay.
We don't want to go into perfect, but but the terminology says that.
Right, absolutely, 100%. Now, it's so interesting how you put it as a muscle in our body that we're working out in terms of working out to the point that it's at the tip-top shape, and it helps our body be more healthy. So it's kind of like creativity helps our minds be more healthy.
Yes.
Now, how can I use creativity just to kind of get more details out of this topic? How can I use creativity as a self-care tool?
It goes to self-care tool when we go and we just choose the time we want to be present at the moment, because our mind is just easy to go through into the past tense where we go think about things that we don't have control in, or in the future where things also we don't have control in. So when we choose creativity as a tool just to wind down and sit down there and just to be me at the moment, just let it all out. And with that, because we're being raw, there the creativity grows and it shows itself.
Okay, so it's kind of, as you said, it's a way of raw practice to our creativity. There's not a lot of guidelines, but it's just a matter of practice until it just evolves itself.
It's a matter of acknowledging that the raw soul of me just present there without any judgment in a safe place where I can just be me and let it all out on that canvas or on that paper at the moment.
Absolutely.
So there it goes and glows.
Yeah, for sure. Now, on the other hand here, human nature is always judging ourselves, right? Oh, I didn't do this correctly. Oh my God, I messed this one up. Oh, this line doesn't look good. Or now, it's a lot of judgment. We judge ourselves a lot. How can removing that judgment or just avoiding it during the therapeutic session of drawing help the session become more beneficial for me?
So from my perspective, when I was doing workshops with humans that's been enrolling with me, I always tell them that it's a safe space. You can be whatever you like. If you're a calm person during the day, you want to be just very interactive and just you want to be that in the session, be it. So this is the first rule. Be in a safe space where you can be just whatever you're feeling in the moment. And then the second one is, okay, we have an inspo, but let's just shut that inspo. Let's just shut the mind where it wants us to go to the result right away, having the perfect art just right away, and let's just do it with how we feel. I feel happy, so the color happy presents red, let's say. Do it with red, even if the inspo is going through green. It doesn't matter because you want to do it in your way, in your thumbprint way.
Okay.
So, and the third of all, again, we go back to never having any expectations of the results, because either ways, it's going to come out beautifully because it's been done with your soul.
Absolutely. And also, like you said before, it's about the process, not about the final result. So just focus on the process, on the journey. Don't worry so much about the end result, because it's all about you, your print, your personality is on the canvas.
Yes.
Definitely a great liberating way of the pressures of life and the expectations of society. It's just you and the canvas and just do whatever you want.
100%.
Absolutely. Now you seem to have a lot of, you're very well spoken on this topic. It raises the question, was there a canvas that you just can never forget about that was, that had somebody release their own trauma or emotional distress, or even just any emotional pressure that they had on the canvas, and it was just so memorable for you?
I remember my collaboration with one of the artists in the art studio. So we decided to do a collab. I'll do a painting and then she'll continue and we build on it. So it started with very powerful, lovely colors, pastel colors. The end result honestly was a very creepy one. I couldn't understand what kind of emotions that was pulled on or what she's been going through, because it looks like a very creepy toy that we see now in the toy stores these days. But this is where it comes to art. You can start something beautifully and turn it into a different thing. Just depends on the journey, the process of unwinding those kinds of emotions onto the canvas.
It almost sounds like it was an amalgamation of both of your purgings onto that canvas. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
But I've never got into understanding what was there. It's just it was just accomplished by seeing the painting, and we all felt creepy. So I guess that was all about it.
Did you ever expect it to turn into that creepiness?
Honestly, no.
Okay. The starting plan was something beautiful, nice, soothing, and then it turned out to something.
It was about a flower, a lovely hummingbird coming, and then this flower turned into a creepy face of just like almost taking this bird out of life. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
see how creepy it
Something
was.
that you see out of a horror movie.
Exactly, which is
Okay.
not my style.
Okay, gotcha, for sure. It is definitely a living example of what you were preaching in this episode, that just you don't know what the end results could be. You just start doing it and don't worry about the end results.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Did that now help resolve the issue or the pressure that you were releasing on there?
I guess in a way, because
Okay.
it was all explained in the canvas by the end of the day.
Okay.
But honestly now I don't remember what was the pressure back then.
Okay,
So that I guess it
interesting. There you go.
did resolve.
Yeah, it sounds like it worked, and you got purged from it.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. Now, in terms of people who want to start doing this, is there a certain advice that you want to give them?
Just start simple, small. It can be as simple as a small canvas you got from any store, or just a small paper you get and markers, whatever that resonates with you. Simple colors, simple tools, and then from that you start developing a skill or a habit.
For sure. What do you think about the traditional draw an eye type thing? A lot of people tend to just draw an eye with an eyebrow and just, put a lot of details into it.
If this suits them and keeps them into the present moment, then yeah, this eye can turn into a realistic eye by the time we get practicing on it, like just on the lights and shading stuff.
Absolutely.
So why not?
Yeah. A lot of psychiatrists explain that the eye drawing is some sort of an expressive way of putting in your trauma. Certain lines, certain ways of drawing the eye can actually mean or be interpreted into something else. Now, have you ever had one of your paintings interpreted by somebody?
I've had a couple, yeah, but
Okay.
it was more abstractive, so I wasn't having a certain subject. It was just layering colors over colors, and I interrupted something. The other colleagues were looking at it, interrupted something else. The visitor of the art space also saw something completely different. So it depends on each one's an emotion and whatever they see on the canvas at the time.
Very, very interesting topic here, and it is definitely a creative way of actually dealing with your pressure and the problems that you have. Now, I really want to talk more about this and even dissect it further, but unfortunately, our time here has come to an end. I want to personally thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this.
Absolutely. There you have it, dear viewers, how to use art as a therapeutic way to express your emotions or even resolve any past traumas or just slow down in life. This has been Daily Reset. Take a breath and reset.